So let's go for it. So it's the continuation from the last one. We still have the entire project here focused on the actual calculation. So this is taking away from this, find the percentage, right? So we're trying to find the percentage from these inputs. So percentage for each, basically, and the output would give you the average, right? So with that said, if you check here, the average for the one selected learner, this one is 56. It does this calculation over here, basically. Yeah. So for us to use this, right, we need to make sure these conditions are met between 0 to 100, and then we also have the length of the max being 3, right? And then we have n between 2 and 10, right? So the n between 2 and 10, right, uh, comes from here. The first line contains n, the number of student records, right, which is here, 3. So in our operation, since we don't could have made it more complex and add more students until we have a limit of 10, I didn't add it. I just went for 3 the entire time. Okay. So the length of the max is supposed to be 3. Okay, not the length of um, the students. The length of the students is between 2 and 10. You have to have at least 2 minimum. Okay, let's move on to the next part, the actual operation. Okay, so it's not exact, but then this just shows you real app usage. We have for the student, let me start with the first one. We have the percentage, and then we go to the next one. We have the percentage average, and then we have the average for the next one. Okay, you have to press calculate, then you get the average. If you don't press calculate, you don't get the average. Yeah, so you have to press calculate. Okay, so we go through the inputs. So input for the first one, input for the next one, as you can see here. So at least we explain from something that is visual. So we're gonna start over there. We're not going to see the rest of it or need to see the rest of it, but the rest of it is just the creation of everything else. We're just gonna focus on what solves the calculate average mark, which is calculating the average mark percentage. Okay, so we come from here. We have select a student, so select a student being this guy, and then we have average mark being this part over here. Okay, and then we have student, okay, being this over here. You loop through them to make them visible, and then you just choose one here. Could have chosen one here, I guess, but yeah, at this point we choose one here. The actual calculation over here. Okay, we have a set state. The set state belongs to Flutter. It's a function that belongs to Flutter. It has to do with the state of the app. So when you set and you calculate, it resets the state so that you can have that visible. Okay, so the one we are focusing on is from here. So if the student is there, even though this is not there inside, the condition is not here inside the constraints, I guess, but it's this condition. If the student is selected, so that's where we are. If the student is selected, is this one. Okay, then the average mark is the result, this one. So if when I populate this, then we still have to populate the one we're looking for, right? Okay, let's go there. So to select the first one, we go first student and then calculate. It selects the first student and then calculates. So that starts over here. After we select the first student, right, then that student comes in here to select the marks automatically when this function goes through, right, when it's selected. And then you must have the student selected or it will fail. And then from there, you go over the marks. You check if the mark is between 0 and 100. return failure. If so, because it will return, but you first populate the average mark variable. At the moment, the average mark variable is basically a string. Okay, so then we come here, we check if mark. Okay, so that's the return. Okay, we come here, mark.length. So the length of the marks here is 3. If it equals to 3, you continue the calculation. If not, you return this part here, right? What I did before earlier, when you saw a picture, I had done a mistake here because it was showing not equals to, right? And then it was 3. This will always be true because then this ran. I thought I had it right, but this will always be true because what you do is you say the marks.length, which is an integer, is equals to the string over here. That is always true. So it will always operate. So I thought it was working well, but I had made a mistake. But I just fixed it. So now it works like that. It's fine. So this is the actual calculation of the average mark. You just go through basically the marks, and then it calculates an operation. Because of the language we're using, it makes it very fast. Might not be this quick when using another language, but this is fast enough. Then we have the average mark now being calculated, right? Then it becomes a string with 2 basically decimal place, right? So this is the entirety of it, actually. The one that actually does the actual calculation, the only thing that has any sense in this app. The rest of the stuff, just make it nice and then animate the pictures in the back and all that is inside the longer code. But yeah, so that is it for this one. I'm going to leave it as it is because to show you the rest of it, of how that operates and all that, it's not that necessary. It will be on GitHub. Okay. Yes, we're finished with the average mark video and challenge and real app usage of it. So now the next one, I'll see probably, yeah, I'll see which one it is, and then we'll just do that one next. Yeah.